What if humans evolved to be giants? An alternate history of an elephant-sized humanity. In this alternate timeline, humans evolved to be gigantic, standing between 10 to 15 feet tall and weighing several tons, roughly the size of an elephant. This massive shift in biology would have changed everything: our society, history, technology, and even warfare. Early evolution, the birth of the giants. In this world, human ancestors never remained small primates. Instead, they evolved into massive, powerful beings, leading to major biological adaptations. Reinforced bone structure. Their bones had to be thicker and denser, much like elephants, to support their massive size. Slow metabolism. Larger bodies meant lower energy efficiency, requiring high-calorie diets to sustain movement. Stronger, longer limbs. Their arms and legs evolved to support heavy muscle mass, allowing them to walk long distances like giant nomads. Deep, thunderous voices. Their vocal cords evolved for low-frequency communication, making their speech sound like rolling thunder across the plains. Because of their sheer size, they would have had fewer natural predators, meaning intelligence may have evolved later than in our timeline. There was simply less pressure for rapid adaptation. Ancient civilization, a world built for giants. The first giant civilizations would have been drastically different from our own. Architecture and cities. Megastructures. Giant humans would require colossal buildings, meaning early structures were built from massive stone slabs instead of wood or mud bricks. Wider roads and bridges. Infrastructure would need to support several ton creatures, meaning cities would be more spread out rather than compact. Cave and cliff cities. To escape the elements, many societies might have been built into mountainsides, massive caves, or deep valleys. Hunting and diet mammoth herders. Instead of hunting small animals, giant humans would domesticate massive creatures like mammoths, giant bison, or even dinosaurs if they coexisted. Megafarms. Agriculture would require massive fields of grain, with each meal needing 10 times the crops of a normal human diet. Language and communication. Slow, powerful speech. Giants would have developed a slower, bass-heavy language, possibly relying on drumming the ground to send vibrations as long-distance messages. Hand signals and carved glyphs. Instead of fine detail writing, early languages may have relied on carved boulders and massive pictograms. Warfare. Battles of the Titans. If giant civilizations went to war, it would look nothing like human conflicts in our timeline. Weapons and armor titanic. War hammers and spears, swords and arrows would be too small to be effective, so giants would rely on massive blunt weapons or tree-sized spears. Mountain fortresses. Instead of castles, entire mountainsides could be carved into fortifications. Boulder catapults. Giants wouldn't need small siege weapons. They could hurl boulders with their own strength. Battlefield tactics. Earthquaking stomps. Marching armies of giants could cause tremors, destabilizing enemy fortifications. Forest-leveling warfare. Battles wouldn't take place in fields. Entire forests would be torn down as battlegrounds. Siege of the normal-sized. If normal-sized humans coexisted, giants might have enslaved them, using them as engineers, toolmakers, or spies. The Industrial Revolution. Giants and machines. Without small, dexterous hands, giant humans would have taken a completely different technological path. Massive stone machines. Instead of tiny gears, colossal levers, pulleys, and water-powered mechanisms would be used to create technology. Beast-powered industry. Instead of steam power, civilizations might have used harnessed dinosaurs, elephants, or giant cattle for energy. Land trains and mega vehicles. A train would be the size of a skyscraper, transporting hundreds of giants at once. Would giants have invented flight? Probably not. Their massive weight would have made aviation almost impossible. Instead, they would have focused on earthbound technology, favoring tunnels, underground transport, and megacities carved into mountains. The modern world, a colossal society. If giants reached the modern era, our world would look like something out of myth and legend. Skyscrapers would be 10 times taller. Cities would look like massive, towering fortresses built to support their weight. Highways would be the size of valleys. Road networks would span continents, built for massive foot traffic. Communication would be slow. Conversations would take longer, as deep, slow voices would make rapid speech difficult. Food scarcity would be constant. Giant societies would struggle to sustain themselves, as agriculture and ocean fishing would need to produce hundreds of times more food than in our timeline. What wouldn't exist? Smartphones and computers. Giants' massive fingers wouldn't allow for delicate digital work. Communication would be verbal, stone-carved, or symbol-based. Air travel, no planes. Transport would be by land or massive sea vessels. Micro tools and precision work. No watches, no intricate machines. Everything would be built on a grand scale. Would a world of giants be better? Pros: fewer natural predators leading to longer lifespans. Incredible strength, making construction and travel easier. Large, slow societies might be less warlike, as resources are harder to move. Cons: high energy needs. Food shortages would be a major issue. Technology would develop much slower due to difficulty in crafting precision tools. Massive environmental destruction. Giant civilizations would deforest entire continents just to survive. Would you want to live in a world ruled by giants? Or would the planet be too small for such a civilization to thrive? Desert creature.